Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FrostBytez gaming experience, part number 6 of the Pokemon Emerald walkthrough. We're going to start off just right. We got to beat some little tuber kid that has 2 Pokemon. So we're in the, I can't remember what exactly it's called, but I believe it's called like the Soda Pop House or something like that. You got 3 trainers that you go against, and once you beat all 3 trainers, you talk to the guy at the very top, and he gives you 4 cans of soda. And the soda replenishes your Pokemon's HP by 60 points. So actually getting 6 of these just for being a couple trainers is actually quite good. Alright. Relatively short part today. We just got a couple trainers that we got to beat, and we got to move the story on a little bit as far as dealing with Team Aqua, as we will be running into them later on within this part. And yeah, aside from that, we just got a number of stats we got to go through, some of which are the same. Slateport itself is literally the exact same as route number 109. But again, because this is a new video, might as well go over what the statistics is again. And again, I'm sure Dewford Town, Slateport City, Route 109, Route 106, all of those have exactly the same stats. But once again, it's a new video, so we might as well go through the stats again in case this is your first time tuning into the Pokemon Emerald walkthrough, because for some reason you're kind of lost in the soda pop fountain factory shop, whatever this place is, and don't exactly know where to go. Which is actually quite fair, because once you get into the Slateport City side of things, it can be a little bit confusing on what it is you're supposed to do, because there's an individual you have to talk to, and if you don't know to talk to that individual ahead of time, you can actually find yourself wandering around Slateport City a little bit, trying to find out how do I advance the story. I can't go beyond this city. I can't go into this one area that's being blocked off by all of Team Aqua. Obviously, there's something I got to do. What exactly is it? So it is understandable if this is a part where you could probably get a little bit lost and need to find out exactly who it is you need to talk to. Obviously, if you just talk to everybody in the entirety of Slateport City, you're gonna run into exactly who it is that you need to talk to in the first place anyways. But because it's not directly stated where they are and who they are, or even what they look like, which, again, you're dealing with pixels here, so you're not exactly going to know, like, oh yeah, he looks like this, cool, so he looks like everybody else, really. You know, like Sailor over here has a white shirt and the other guy has a red shirt, so really the only difference that you could say is, oh, you're looking for this person that's in this colored shirt. And then, you know, if they're the only one in, like, say, a purple top shirt and black pants, then cool, you found who you're looking for. Anyways, taking on the Sailor here, this is going to be a really hard time for Sableye, unfortunately, because Sableye, even though we start off really good with our set of Fury Swipes, I figure, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and show off some Fury Swipes, see how lucky that we can get. I should always know that my luck is going to run out relatively soon, which it does, coming up against this Tentacool, as we are not only going to get confused and beat ourselves senseless, miss our Fury Swipe attack anyways. You know, again, we missed the Fury Swipe, step 1. Supersonic, step 2. Beat yourself scentless, step 3. And then Tentacool's going to be landing a poison on us, step 4. Sableye is not going to be having the best time of his life, as he's just, again, going to beat himself silly, which makes no sense. He is a ghost type, so even if he tries to punch himself, it shouldn't technically work, because punching yourself is technically a fighting style move, and he is immune to all fighting style moves. How the hell's Confusion hurt himself? Is his brain just, like, going so insane that he literally just falls over and just starts drooling on the floor, and when he falls over, his head hits the ground, he takes damage? Even then, it doesn't make any sense, because he's part ghost type, so you think he would just phase right through the floor. You know, so what's exactly hurting Sableye whenever he's confused like that? I could not exactly tell you. But anyways, yeah, we're just getting all sorts of beat up here, because Sableye just doesn't know exactly himself to his enemy. So, whatever. Anyways, we take care of the Tentacool here, and we got to do a bit of a switch out, because right now, Sableye hitting about level 19, roughly about the level we want. Sableye, we want about level 19 or 20 at this point, and, you know, we haven't been running Kabuskin in a while, so, you know, we might as well bring him on back out, and we are going to be making the permanent switch with that later on for a particular reason that we'll go into in a bit. And again, we haven't used our good old starter in a while. We want to make sure that he's happy. He knows that he is the cream of the crop of our whole entire team. You know, he is the one that's going to get it all done for us. You know, Sableye, he means, well, a lot, because I think Sableye just really looks really cool. But Combuskin is our go-to starter Pokemon. So with that said and done, all three trainers are dealt with. You talk to this gentleman right up here, and he gives yourselves a half a dozen bottles of Soda Pop. So again, heal yourself for 60 HP. Relatively really good whenever you find yourself in a pinch. And along with all the other berries you get, you actually do get a lot of like free restoration drinks when it comes to Pokemon Emerald. Sableye fainted, bye-bye. I think in Gen 4 is when they finally start where the poison effect can get you down to 1 HP, and then that's it. Your Pokemon doesn't faint in just traveling the world. I believe Gen 4 is where that started. I do know it's in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I just don't know if it's in Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum when they started. Because again, hadn't played it. So as you see, we have a whole entire line of Team Aqua over there. Wonder what's going on. I'm not exactly sure. Let's talk to this gentleman. Maybe he knows what's going on. So this is the gentleman you need to talk with who tells you, hey, the guy you're looking for is actually not here. I don't know where he is. You know, he must be somewhere. Maybe you should go find him. And we do just that. We go to find him. And, you know, our biggest hint on where he could possibly be is, hey, that line's no longer there. Huh, I wonder what that means. Anyways, we get ourselves a call from Roxanne, got our phone number from Brawly, and she's going to give us a call back because she's like, hey, I can't let you get good, you know, without me. I need to make sure that I hold up the honor of my gym. So I'm going to get a rematch with you at some point. I don't know when that is, but we'll deal with it. We put Kabeskin in the front because if you talk to this lady, if your friendship level with your Pokemon in the very front of your party is above 150 points, you get yourself the Soothe Bell. Soothe Bell just ups the amount of friendliness that you get whenever you win a battle. Friendliness basically goes, if your Pokemon faints another Pokemon, you do really good. You get some friendship points. If they faint to an opposing Pokemon, well, then they're not very happy, so friendship levels kind of go down because of that. With the Soothe Bell, you double, I believe you get an extra, not double, but you get an extra 50% more points of friendship for every Pokemon you knock out. And I think that's about it. I don't think you'll lose any less if your Pokemon actually end up fainting. So if you really want to max out the friendship of your Pokemon, put a Soothe Bell on them, take out as many Pokemon as you possibly can, and then call it good. Talk with the gentleman up there to get yourself, I believe it was Torrent is what he gave us. And hey, look at that. Team Aqua line is gone. Huh, there must be something in here. So these two ladies ask you for a $50 fee to come in and see the museum. However, if you do not have $50, they actually let you go through for free. So what the hell? Like, why should I pay you $50 if you're going to let me go in free anyways? Anyways, you talk to that Team Aqua member, and he remembers when you beat the hell out of him in, what was it, Rust Turf Cave or something like that? Rust Turf Tunnel? Something like that. So he gives you Thief, runs away, calls it a day. This is the gentleman that we've been looking for, but oh, guest! Lay Team Aqua is here to try and put a stop to us. Oh man, if it wasn't for the fact that I had my starting level 21 Pokemon to beat them silly, this would actually be a bit of a threat. And again, stated numerous times over, all these gangsters in the Pokemon universe are only tough with their Pokemon, but they're not actually physically tough themselves. At least that's what I'm led to believe, considering the fact that they never actually try to beat the hell out of you. It really makes it quite hilarious. Anyways, with the Combuskin here, Carvanha being a water type, but also part dark, so we are actually able to take it out in one fierce kick. We do take some damage back, however, because he does have himself the rough skin ability. You take any physical damage, you give him a certain portion of it right on back. Yeah, the boss is going to be furious. Our Pokemon are losing to this guy. Now again, maybe it's some kind of weird sense of honor that they have. They're like, hey, if my Pokemon can't beat your Pokemon, then I have no right to try and beat you up as a human being. Either that or because you're like a 12, 13. I don't even know how old the main guy is supposed to be in this game. I remember hearing that they age like 1 year per generation. So Gen 1 was, I guess, 10 years old. Gen 2, I heard, is either 11 or 12, so we're either 12 or 13 in this game. And I don't know, maybe even though they're gangsters, they're like, hey, we may be gangsters, but even we're above beating up a little kid. I don't know. Hard to say, really. That's completely up to them, I guess. But they got ourselves another Carvanha, and yeah, we'll take care of it easily. Really quickly, Slateport City. When it comes to statistics and what you can run into, Surfing, Tentacle, 60% chance, Wingull, 35% chance, and Pelipper, 5% chance. Fishing with the Old Rod, 30% chance for a Tentacle, 70% chance for a Magikarp. Good Rod, 20% chance for a Tentacle, 60% chance for a Magikarp with a 20% chance for a Wailmer. And the Super Rod gives you 100% chance for a Wailmer. With that said, here is Archie, the leader of Team Aqua. And like I said, that you guys were beaten by a mere child. Well, I don't expect you to know what my goals and aspirations are, but you know what? You terrify me. It's that white hair. It's probably a hat. I don't know what it is. I don't like you. I'm out. That's basically what it comes down to. Basically, he really feels that the whole entire world should be surrounded by water. He loves water, and he wants nothing but water. I guess. I don't know. This is a guy that I guess grew up in Seattle and really loves the rain. Can't blame him. I'm also from Seattle. I love the rain just as much. But not as much to start a whole entire gang off of it. But I guess I could. Team Rain. Why not? I can do it. I can be a Pokemon gangster leader. You know, why not? Come out and fight me. Whatever. Who's this guy? I'll fight him too. It's that Scott fellow. Suddenly, he feels a little bit better about us. And so he decides to himself, you know what? Give me that thing of yours, and I'm going to go ahead and put my phone number into it so I can call you whenever it is that I feel like. Relatively creepy. Where's the police? Get this guy away from me. He's got shady glasses on, and he's taking my stuff and throwing his phone number into my phone. Get this guy away from me. Now, with that said, we are now walking ourselves into a mart for the first time ever because we actually do want to get ourselves a bunch of repels because the upcoming area that we are going to be going through, for whatever reason for me, has the highest rate chance of me running into every single Pokemon possible out there. It is insanity. It is crazy. Like, I don't know what it is. Whether I'm running or walking, I run into a Pokemon like every single 2 steps in this particular wilderness. Yeah, don't want to deal with that. So I start buying the repels to make my editing a little bit easier and easier for you guys. You don't have to stop every 2 seconds and see me go through that whole entire, hey, you know, wild battle's happening, but I'm not going to show you what kind of ordeal. Some trainer tells about their Zigzagoon. We don't care about that. Hey, it's Scott again. Cool. You're as creepy as ever, dude. I wasn't even trying to enter the tent. I actually did not know that if you got once away from the door, he actually pops out and says hi to you. This dude's really creeping me out. But anyways, outside of that, welcome to route number 110, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Birch is going to be asking where his daughter is. We don't care. We got statistics to go through. In the wilderness, walking into the grass, you have a 10% chance to catch an Oddish in all 3 versions. In Ruby and Sapphire version, you have a 20% chance for a Zigzagoon, with a 20% chance to get a Poochyena in the Emerald version. All 3 versions, you have an 8% chance to run to a Wingull, 3% chance for an Electrite. In the Ruby Emerald version, a 2% chance for a Pulse, Plusle, I don't know how to pronounce it, whatever. Sapphire version, you have a 15% chance for said Plusle, whatever. And then the Ruby and Emerald version, you have a 15% chance to run into a Minun, and a 2% chance in the Sapphire version. And in all 3 versions, you have a 15% chance to run into a Gulpin. Seriously, I've never known how to pronounce the name of these particular 2 Pokemon that we're facing against right now that do nothing but helping hand each other. That's all I really ever see them do. I don't think I ever see them do any other move besides helping hand with another. But it's Plusle and Minun. I always thought that their names for the longest time was Plussy and Minum instead of Minun. You know, I know it's supposed to be plus and minus, but I don't know, a little bit weird. Anyways, once you get into the water aspects of route number 1010, in the middle of surfing, you have a 6% chance for a Tentacool, 30% chance for a Wingull with an 5% chance of a Pelipper. While you are fishing, a 30% chance for a Tentacool, 70% chance for a Magikarp, Good Rod, 20% chance for a Tentacool, 6% chance for a Magikarp with a 20% chance for a Whalmer, Super Rod, 100% chance for a Whalmer. Basically, surfing, fishing, all exactly the same no matter where you are within this entire area. And I'm actually curious, other than specific cave areas and whatnot, if that's literally all the Pokemon that you can catch into in the entirety of the sea. If that's the case, then I gotta disagree with Team Aqua. We don't need water everywhere, because if that's all the Pokemon I can catch in the water, I don't give a damn. I actually much prefer to catch, I don't know, better, stronger Pokemon. That's just my own personal opinion. Anyways, we got one more Minun to go against. Oh boy. And yeah, once we were done facing off with these 2, that was actually going to call it a part, because the rest of route number 110, not exactly long, a little bit relative, but we also had to backtrack a little bit to route 103 because we can finally actually take care of that area finally. And yeah, that's really about it. I don't got no much else for this entire part, other than what we're going to be walking into. And once again, you know, we got 2 adults here. They gang up, tag team, try to face off against a kid. And then she gets upset and is like, you know what? I didn't really show off my Pokemon's full potential. Give me your phone. Here's my phone number. Give me a call. She's a cougar. But anyways, with that said, we're going to call it a part right there, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, that building that we entered into, well, you'll find out exactly what that is. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings, and we'll catch you all in the next part.